Welcome back. Um, this is a wrap up of all the books that I read in February, and a lot of them I read as audiobook. But I also have a few books that I do not have physical copies of, and my editing skills are, well, terrible. So I will basically just say what the book is because, or I'm gonna try after the editing to put it on the screen, but I don't know if I'll be able to. And all those books will not be in order because they're all next to me currently on my bookshelf and they're not in order. So I should start by the books that I finished recently this month. So I read Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. So it's his first book in his it's the Golden Compass series, I guess. I don't know if that has a specific name. I'm just gonna look because it's the French version as well. So I don't know. It doesn't really say. But anyway, it's in his Golden Compass series. So I reread this. Last time I read it was back in high school, actually, when the movie came out in 2007. And I still have this from originally from the movie. I don't know why I printed this out for some reason. Or was it 2012? I don't know anymore, but anyway. No, 2007. But anyway, I still have this and I used it as a bookmark in the book. Just gonna stay in there now. But I really enjoyed it. I like the story and everything. And I don't like it as much as I liked it back in school. But me and my friend, we based our entire personalities with those books for a while. It was a whole thing. And we even named snow piles in the wintertime, like all the snow piles that were put in our schoolyard, because for some reason we named them after places in these books. I only remember there was one that we called Jordan College because it was a reference to the book. But yeah, I reread it and it was actually really good. And I'm also currently watching the series, like the TV show on HBO. And I have questions. Um there's a character in the book that completely doesn't exist in the TV show or the movie. And I hadn't realized this until now. But there's a little kid and something happens to him. If you haven't read the book, I'm not gonna spoil it. But something happens to that little kid, but that little kid doesn't exist in the TV show or the movie. It's like some other kid in the book, in the movie and in the TV show, which I'm like, what? Why? But anyway, it was really, really good, and there's a lot of changes that were done for the TV show and movie, obviously. But yeah, anyway, it was good. So it's a 4-star. And then I also read the 5 first books in the Spiderwick Chronicles by Holly Black and Tony DiTerlizzi. So it's a reread. I read them a few times over the years, also in school again. So we have the first one, the field guide in French. The Seeing Stone, the second one. And I love those covers. They're actually the newer covers to match the TV series that they made, but the TV series is too much changes and it doesn't work. But anyway, it's enjoyable, but it's not good. And also if they're kind of shiny, it's because I added some nail polish to protect the gold foiling. And then we have the third one, Lucinda's Secret. The Ironwood Tree, which is book 4. And The Wrath of Mulgarath, which is the 5th book in that series. Which I also gave them all 5 stars because they're short, they're fairies. I like fairy books. I love a lot of Like the Holly Black books, they're just like a lot of my favorites. So it was really cool to reread those because they were really enjoyable. And then I read two books in a series of unfortunate events. Wait, yeah, okay. So book 7, The Val Village, and book 8, The Hostile Hospital. And yeah, I love a series of unfortunate events, and it's been a while since I read them. So yeah, I decided to reread them, and surprisingly, they're a lot similar to uh the TV show they made on Netflix a few years ago, and I'm currently like rewatching it at the same time as I read the books. But yeah, they were really enjoyable. I also read actually. I also read book 9, The Carnivorous Carnival. I had forgotten about it, but I read it today. Not today, but like this week. Um, but yeah, it's like the 9th book in the series, and I'm currently making my way through the rest of them. The bunny is complaining. She likes to complain a lot. There you go. She will stay like this because she's gorgeous and she deserves all the screen time. Another book that I read this year, well, this month. Why do I keep calling it this year? It's this month in February. So I read A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs, which is book 4 in his Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. It was really, really good. I love that series a lot. Also a 5-star. And I also read The Book Thief by Marcus Suzak as audiobook because this thing is chunky. And this is the French version that I own. So yeah, I read this and I really, really enjoyed it. And the next few books are obviously like all these were rereads, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it before. But the only new book that I hadn't read this year was this. Ben Archer and the Cosmic Fall, Book 1 by Ray Knightley. And this is part of her series, the Alien Skill series. And this, when I saw her video on TikTok about this book, I got hooked, like the idea of it. So it was pitched as Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and the Alex Rider series. And if you're someone that knows me personally, or by now with those videos you probably know, the Alex Rider series is my favorite series ever. There's like nothing that compares to this. Like this is the best books I ever read. And so when I heard that this was pitched as Alex Rider and Percy Jackson, I was really hooked because I love Percy Jackson and I love, again, the Alex Rider series. And it's the style that is really similar. And also this is Canadian. The author is from Vancouver, I think. Which is pretty cool because, yeah, she's from Vancouver. Which is pretty cool because it's in Canada. And I live in Canada, so it was pretty cool to see. And also you follow this boy who has seen things that he shouldn't have seen. And because of that, there's bad people after him. And since this is like the first book in a series, it's a little more, it's a little harder to like, not to follow, but it's like a lot of world building. But it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely gonna read more of it. And also, there's a dog. He's got a little dog named Tyke, and it's just so cute. So, yeah, definitely gonna finish the series. I'm definitely gonna read more this year. And it's amazing. So, go read it. The next book, obviously, that I read this year, reread, is book 4 in the Alex Rider series. Is that book 4? Yes, that's book 4. Eagle Strike. So it's my favorite one in the series. Because my favorite character's in it. So anyway, this one is basically the 4th mission where Alex goes onto, well, technically he's not supposed to be on a mission because he decided to do it himself and things don't go as planned. But yeah, I really like this one, and this is my like newer copy because I have a bunch of copies. Um, but yeah, and also like I appreciate this bookmark that my best friend did. My friend Avery did. Like it's the logo on the book, and also she made a tiny scorpion because my favorite character is the bad guy, and he works for an organization with a scorpion. So this is actually the same scorpion as the cover for the first like the ninth book in the series. So I just thought it was pretty cool. So I put it on that. But yeah, this was the other book that I read. Also, again, I read this one as audiobook, but I mean, I know this one by heart, so I don't even know why I keep rereading them. Anyway, the next book, again, funny because, well, this was turned into a movie years ago. And the next book that I have also has the same actor that played this character on the cover, and I do not like his face. Well, I mean, you would have told this to my 12-year-old self. She would have been like, oh my gosh, he's the cutest guy in the world. But nowadays, nah. So, yeah, it just bugged me. So I read I Am Number 4 by Pritikaslor. Technically, it's a reread since last year, but I just wanted to reread them because I really liked the series. And I wanted to read them before I read the other trilogy, so like The Lorien Legacy Reborn. But so I reread the first one, really enjoyed it. And again, that's a number 4. Like it's a 4 stars because no, it's a 5-star. Yeah, okay, so it's a 5-star because I really enjoyed it. And the last book that I read physically was Sphere by Michael Crichton, which is like sort of like a first contact with aliens, but not really. So yeah, it's kind of a creepy book with like creepy concept, and it's a bunch of people that go very deep underwater, because something has appeared in the underwater, and they're like trying to figure it out, and they get attacked by ocean life. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. It's definitely one of my favorite ones of his. I've read most of them, but this one is obviously one of the best ones. And so it's a 5-star as well. And now for the book that I read as audiobook. I've read the second Warrior Cats books. So Fire and Ice. I gave it 4 stars because it was good, but I don't know, it wasn't the best one. And then I read book 52 in the Animorphs series. And that is by K.A. Applegate. I gave book 52, The Sacrifice, 3 stars. It wasn't bad, but the main character X was complaining for so long in the book. These books are very short. There's like only 200 pages or less. But Axe couldn't stop complaining about every single little thing. And for those who wonder, like, I'm just gonna show Axe. Looks like I knew I have a book with Axe on the cover. Trying to find which one it is, because I know I have one. Okay. So this is Axe. Okay, he's an alien, and like for the entire time he was complaining, and I was like, okay, we get it. Things don't go as planned. But also without spoiling anything, I cannot tell much about the story without spoiling the book 52. But it basically just follows a bunch of people who have like alien powers where they can change into animals. And each book has like a different like narrator. So yeah, and also like book 52 is like basically the end, almost the end of the story, There's like 54 books. So clearly, with things going on at that point in the story, things are not going right. So just the fact that he was complaining, and usually he's like so optimistic about everything, it was just like there's something off. I don't like that one. So yeah, I got 3 stars. And then I decided to read, like I said, I wanted to read the little trilogy of this. So the Lorien Legacies Reborn. I read the first one. And I don't know how to explain it. It's not bad in itself, but it's like there's no context for most of the things happening. And there's like a gap of time. And then you start following like a bunch of other cast of characters. And I couldn't stand half the characters in those books, like that book. Basically, it's like since it's taking place like a year after the events of like the first series, you basically follow these kids that are like sent into like a basically like uh mutant, not mutant X, but like mutant school, like the X-Men basically, because they have powers because of something that happened. But it's like annoying because all those characters, they all have like issues. Um and like their family dynamic is just very weird. And one of them, I felt like it was racist. Like the way it was described, it felt racist. Maybe it is actually how it is in his country because he's from another country. But still, no, I didn't like how they were describing that character and like his family dynamic and whatever. So I didn't like that character. Also, there's another character I couldn't stand. She was just very annoying all the time. And like I couldn't get into the story. Like I don't know. I didn't like the story. It was also hard to like follow for multiple reasons. And yeah, I did like one character though. I did like the character Nigel. Uh maybe because he's British and he was also like an arrogant little poop. Uh but I guess that's why I liked him because he reminds me of my favorite characters sometimes. And I don't know, I liked him a lot. And he also had a lot of like character development in the first book, but and also like how do people from that like story, there's 2 characters, I'm like, wait, how did they become what they are now with what happened? Like, what? Also, where are the other guys? Clearly, there's one character from the original series that I really, really cared about. And I'm like, where is he now? Like, we mention his father, but we don't mention him. And like, where is he? Is he alive? Is he traveling? Does he still have his powers? We don't get any information. And then that series also like sometimes skips like to other point of views of like other characters. Or like it's a third person book, but it's like from like other characters and you're like, who are those guys and why do they randomly appear in the middle of the story? So I didn't like that. And yeah, I couldn't get into the story because of that. And there's so many characters that it's kind of hard to follow at this point. And then you encounter some other people again, and then I'm like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of people, and it's a little confusing, but no. So sadly, I gave that a 2 stars, and I don't think I'm gonna finish the series. I might later on, uh, but so far, no, it's not. It's not good enough. um, and yeah, these were all the books that I read this month, and most of them are like 5 stars. And like for me, when I put 5 stars as like a book that I really, really like, and it doesn't mean like, whoa, mind blowing. 4 stars is like, I like really enjoyed it, but it's not as good as other stuff. 3 stars, it was okay. Might keep reading. 2 stars, eh. Oh, let's see. It's fine. And 1 star, no. So yeah, basically that's how I rate my books. So yeah, these were all the books that I read, and I'm definitely gonna read more this month in March, which I'm trying to finish series, and we'll see how that goes. So now we will go and start to see which books we're gonna read this month. While this video is gonna be posted, we're probably gonna be in March already. But yeah, we will go read now. And you see the little tongue. I also really need to make this video about her day in the life of the bunny. But I know some people will be complaining about the fact that she sleeps in a cage. Because if she doesn't sleep in a cage, a lot of stuff that she does, she wrecks things, okay? She has a brilliant idea to chew on things she shouldn't be chewing on. Like this. She has chewed on a book. That's my fault though. They were on the lower shelf. So obviously she found it and she took it out and she chewed it. But she also chewed on my sofa. A few places. So yeah, at night she sleeps in her cage. I'm just gonna stay like this. So yeah, she sleeps in a cage at night because she does a lot of. She's a troublemaker. But I also understand why she did what she did, like chewing on the sofa. That's because her friend, the one I had previously with her, used to sleep on the sofa. She used to have she even made a dent into the sofa seat because she loved the sofa so much. But she started to hang out there after the other one passed away. And she chewed, she ripped out a piece of the furnishing to go inside and get the smell of the other one. Which, yeah, she wrecked it. That sofa's new. I just bought it and, yeah, she wrecked it. But yeah. Anyway, so this is a little bit of her life. That's what she does. But yeah, I need to do a video about her. Now enjoy her licking my hand. She's not doing it anymore. Oh, she doesn't want to do it. Oh, she's doing it now. With this little tongue, it's so cute. Trying to get a good glimpse of her. She's adorable.